What are the best original Xbox games of all time? The original Xbox was game changing when it first launched, and many games that debuted on it remain fan favourites to this day. The original Xbox has a lot of great games, but some stood out more than others and remain beloved by many fans. Each of these games has been chosen based on its overall popularity and ratings from both fans and critics. However, some games stand out more than others, and today we are counting down another 10 of the 50 best games ever released for the original Xbox that we still can't get enough of. In this episode we will look at ranks 40 through 31. Number 40, Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30. Developed by Gearbox, this game in the first-person shooter genre is often considered one of the best World War II games ever developed, and one of the best tactical shooter games ever made. Much grittier than even the best Call of Duty games of all time, this game was set during the airdrop before Normandy, and told the story of paratroopers scattered across the French countryside. As opposed to being a run-and-gun type game, Brothers in Arms challenges players to use actual military tactics to flank and take out the enemy forces. Number 39, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. While Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 ranks higher on this list than the fourth installment, I still have to give Pro Skater 4 its due respect. The precursor to Tony Hawk's Underground, this game boasted loads of massive free play levels and no time limits to hinder your progression. By taking on pro challenges, you can rise in the ranks to more exciting levels with online play, and you can compete against up to 8 other players to show off your skills. Number 38, Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance. While Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain may be one of the best Xbox One games right now to play, this game was the must play back on the original. Bringing back fan favourite Solid Snake, this game tasked players with stopping top secret weapons technology from falling into the wrong hands by taking advantage of unique infiltration techniques. On top of its incredible story, there were also 360 visual reality missions you could play through to hone your skills, all of which were of course incredibly fun. Number 37. Doom 3. Doom 3 was one of the best Xbox games for survival horror first-person shooter fans, and it even earned a remastered version for the Xbox One. Putting players in control of one of the few survivors of a demonic attack on the Mars research facility, this game made you fight to hell and back to survive against waves of demonic creatures. Fortunately, there was no shortage of trained chainsaws, grenades, pistols, and more to help you stay alive. Number 36, Steel Battalion. Steel Battalion was a truly unusual game that came with its own colossal controller that featured 44 input buttons, 5 switches, 2 joysticks, a throttle handle, an eject button, a radio dial, and 3 foot pedals. Jesus Christ. Only a very limited number of copies were sold, quickly making the game a collector's item today, but if you were fortunate enough to play it, you'd understand why it was one of the best games. In-game, players controlled a first-person mech in which they would try to navigate through the campaign using the custom controller. However, if you ever failed to hit the eject button before your mech was destroyed, the game will punish you by deleting your save data and forcing you to start all over again. Make sure if you're enjoying our list to hit that like button and of course subscribe for future content. Number 35, Blinx the Time Sweeper. As an agent of the Time Factory, this game gave players control of Blinx, a cat who can fast forward, rewind and stop time. As Blinx you had to take out glitches before they mutated into timeline threatening monsters. This platformer game was insanely addictive, and it's no wonder that Blinx was even suggested to be the mascot for Xbox before Master Chief took that title. Number 34, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 The Sith Lords. Developed by Obsidian and released by LucasArts, Knights of the Old Republic 2 was set 5 years after the first game and followed the story of a Jedi exiled from the Jedi Order. As one of the best Star Wars RPG games, Knights of the Old Republic 2 was warmly received for its story, characters and its writing. While its mechanics were very similar to its predecessor, this installment tasked players with mastering more than 30 new Force powers and take on the Sith on 7 different worlds. 33. Time Splitters 2. This first-person shooter not only had a great art style, but it was ridiculously fun to play. There were 10 different levels in the story mode, each set in a different time period, where you needed to defeat your enemies to gain the crystals required to seal the rift, opened by the aliens trying to destroy humanity. While it sounds crazy, it was an all-round great game that was even being compared to GoldenEye 007. Number 32, Conquer Live and Reloaded. As a remaster of the beloved Nintendo 64 game, Conker's Bad Fur Day, this game was an immediate hit with fans and critics alike. Following the antics of an alcoholic greedy squirrel trying to get home to his girlfriend, this game has no shortage of puzzles, enemies and obstacles to get in your way. The only real letdown for this one was that the Xbox version censors some of the obscenities presented in the Nintendo 64 version, despite having an M rating clearly identifying that it was not made for children. I can fully remember playing these games as I spent hours and hours on this on the online version when I was younger. Number 31, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. Following the third game, Stranger's Wrath follows the story of a feared bounty hunter who must capture enough outlaws, dead or alive, to earn money for a lucrative operation. There were loads of great environments to explore, from forests to old west towns, fascinating weapons that use small creatures as ammunition, very good. This game was definitely odd, but that didn't stop it from being somewhere we stuck to for hours upon a time. Okay, so that's it for today. So if you enjoyed it, punch the like button, comment down below, of course, subscribe to the news channel for my Twitter and Instagram links down below. As always, of course, I'll put my TubeBuddy first in the description for YouTube needs, tag titles, thumbnails, all that good stuff. So that's something you need help with, especially like I did. First in the description, download it today. Trust me, you'll wonder how you ever got on with it. And of course, our partner channels, and they hit down below, hit that join button to put myself and the channel, and of course get a huge range of benefits. Be greatly appreciated, but of course, you never have to. But if you don't, you have to subscribe and watch the next video, or something might follow you home. You never know, stuff happens. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you all again very soon.